Alright guys, hey, it's the coach back. We about to get into the nitty gritty. I don't even know what to call this thing. I guess I'll title it after it. But we're going to talk about some fundamentals. Alright, so let's get to it. I'm going to switch this other screen real quick so I can read this stuff. Alright, the four main principles of success, what we're going to talk about. The question you got to ask yourself in whatever you're doing, and I'm not just referring. A lot of people think that I'm just talking about direct, multi-level marketing or network marketing. I'm talking about business, period, guys. Anybody. A lot of messages about different stuff. I'm talking about business, period. Life, period. Okay. I'm not no PhD holding person. Well, I am, but I'm not what's the word I'm looking for? Not some type of guru. And what my degrees are in is totally different. But I tell you what's on my heart, and I tell you common sense. You listen to anything that Warren Buffett talks about. The man is just a common sense filled guy in basic principles. So the main principles, the four main principles of success, we're going to talk about in a few. But ask yourself this: in 6 years, will you be explaining or celebrating? Okay, where do you see yourself at in 6 years? What do you see yourself in 2 years? What do you see yourself in a year? Are you going to be explaining why you suck, why you didn't accomplish the goals that you set out at the beginning of the year? And for those that's listening, I'm sorry if I'm not sugarcoating this enough. I think there's enough gurus online, and I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of them to the right, or excuse me, to the left of me, as you see me on the screen. We're talking that that soft stuff that's asking you for donations to give them some money so they can tell you some cushy bull crap. Take your money, you still ain't learned anything. You're not gonna make any money. So let's keep it real and say, hey, in the next year, will you be explaining or celebrating? Okay, ask yourself that. What are you working toward? Are you working towards your goals, or are you working away from them? Okay, remember the example I think I gave in the first video. I'm doing these back to back. Are you can't kiss a girl leaning away from you, and you can't climb a fence that's leaning towards you. Okay, so what is it that you're doing that's either going to have you explaining or celebrating in the next years, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? Okay, and take measured results. You gotta see what your progress is. All right. So the four main principles of success. One is philosophy. Second one is attitude. Third is activity. And the last one is results. Let's talk about philosophy. Alright? And if your philosophy, your philosophy is your beliefs, what you interpret things to be, how you see things, what your beliefs are, that's your philosophy. If your philosophy jacked up from the beginning, that's going to destroy the whole foundation of everything. Because your philosophy, what you believe in, is ultimately going to affect your attitude. Okay? Your attitude is going to directly affect your activity, and your activity is going to directly affect your results. Now you're saying, Coach, big bad coach, you gave us all that crap, and I'm trying to write it down and keep up with it. Hey, I hear you, but it doesn't quite, make sense. Break it down like a fraction. Well, okay. Let's take the philosophy of a guy that's getting paid, let's say, $10 an hour. Okay, he gets paid $10 an hour. He's in a relaxed environment, but there's certain things that he's supposed to do. But if people overlook that he's not meeting his obligations, and he's able to work less and less and less hours and get away with it, it's okay with him. He's still going to get paid $10 an hour for only doing 2 hours worth of work. So his philosophy is that it's okay for me to get paid $10 an hour. So I'm going to get paid for 8 hours a day at $10 per hour for only completing 2 hours worth of work. That's his philosophy. So what is his attitude going to be like? I don't have to do anything. I don't owe nobody nothing. Nobody better not say nothing to me, because I've been doing this all this time before. These are the same people on your jobs, guys, that as soon as a new person comes in, or even yourself, you get promoted, and now you gotta hold that person accountable that is your friend. Now they're saying that you all uppity now, because now you gotta check them, because their attitude is if, well, why are you disturbing what's already been in place? I've been getting paid $10 an hour for 8 hours every day for doing 2 hours of work. So my attitude jacked up, because that's what they believe that they're entitled to. Activity, we just talked about that. They're not doing anything, they're only doing 2 hours worth of work, but getting paid for 8 hours worth. Okay, what are the results? The results are they are a shiftless person. They're a person that their work ethic is not good. Period. Their work ethic is not good, and if they get fired from that job or they go to the next place, they look for the next opportunity to do the same thing and repeat the same thing. So, guys, what I'm trying to teach you here is that your philosophy, how you look at stuff, greatly impacts your success. Little things like you think you're getting by, but you're really cheating yourself. And when you hear people say, "Oh, how am I cheating myself by only doing 2 hours worth of work and getting paid for 8?" You're messing with your mindset. One of the biggest things that I talk about is your mindset. If your mindset's jacked up, you're going to affect every aspect of your life. Guarantee you. Okay? So that's how that plays a part. And the next thing is buying into the wrong plan. And I tell people this, like, you know, when you're sitting down with individuals, whether business you're trying to do, if I'm a recruiter, and just for those that don't understand this, that okay, in network marketing, multi-level marketing, people recruit. Okay, that's not something new. Okay, I don't care. All these big companies, they hire recruiters that bring people into the company. So this recruiting thing that you hear on prospecting is nothing new. Okay, so it's nothing foreign. They're not doing nothing strange. They're just doing it at a very localized level, and it seems a little different. But you know, even hospitals, they actually hire recruiters to go out here and recruit people to bring them into an organization. All right. So I think it was the second video. We talked about, you know, listening to people, listening to the question, asking the right questions, and seeing what they say to find out what their why is. So we're not going to beat a dead horse, but we're going to talk about buying into the wrong plan. When I say buying into the wrong plan, I don't mean telling someone, oh yeah, you have a job, so you're wrong for having a job. Don't tell no one that. I mean, let them tell themselves that. That's not for you to tell them that, okay? Because there's nothing wrong with having a job. There's just nothing wrong with it. And some people like their job, for what, you know, whatever case. So you got to respect that level. Buying into the wrong plan, meaning that most people, wherever it's a job, an opportunity, whatever's going on, they buy into the wrong plan, meaning that they never stay with anything long enough for it to take off, should I say. And I'll give an example of that. Let's just say you got, you know, in college or in high school, whatever, you know, that resonates with you. Let's just say that you're in a cafeteria. And in this cafeteria, you got 5 different lines. You know, one line may be fast food, one line may be Oriental food, one line may be Caribbean food, one line may be international, one line may be sushi, what have you. You basically got 4 lines, okay? And each 4 of these lines obviously have different food, different cuisines, and there's people in these lines, long lines, okay? Now, most people, when I say buying in the wrong plan, they get into line number 1, and they'll be the 50th, 60th person in line, okay? And if that line goes down, they're number 10 in that line, and they're getting closer to the food, and they're getting ready to get served. And if we correlate this with life, you're saying, hey, you're getting ready to hit that point where you're about to be successful. And what you've been doing it long enough. You got the experience. You've just been putting commitment into it, and life just says, hey, if you're at something long enough, it's going to pay you the residuals on it. So you're getting ready to get paid the residuals. You're getting ready to get served. And what do? You get out of line. because you don't like the food, or it doesn't smell as good as what's coming from line 2. So then you go to line 2. Okay, you go to line 2, but now you're the 250th person in line. Okay, so the line starts trickling down, you finally get to line, you're in line 2, you finally get down, now you're the 5th person in line, and you're closer to the food, you're getting ready to get served, you've been doing that enough time, long enough to get the experience and what have you, life's about to serve you the residuals that you deserve, and what do? You get out of line. Okay, get out of line. Now, how I correlate that with life, everyday life, is this: how many people go from job to job? They've been in long enough, just about to get seniority, about to make a manager, and for some reason they ruin it for themselves, or something happens bad, and they leave that to go start another great and good job, and they do that for a couple of years, and something else spoils it. So, buying into the wrong plan. So those are some of the things that we talk about in our different trainings. I hope that made sense to you, and what I'm talking about. Hey guys, please post questions. If you want to find out what it is I do, you want to get any of our programs, please search our website here. Links at the bottom of the screen. Any other coaching, we have different coaching packages if you're trying to get coached. If you just want to buy a product, if you just want to say, hey, I want to get free coaching by being part of one of your income streams. I mean, I don't charge my people to train them, obviously, but for those that's not into what I'm doing, obviously I do train for my expertise in what I do. Alright guys, this is the coach signing out. I'll see you. Bye bye now.